Good afternoon, you're watching your lunchtime news here on TV1 with me, Deshan Gonavala. We've got the very latest from here at home and around the world. But before we get cracking on to those stories, let's first take a look at your headlines. Former DIG Nalaka De Silva further remanded until the 13th of February. 18 suspects arrested for illegally mining sand. Bodies of 2 Sri Lankan army personnel who were killed in Mali to be brought to the country on the 2nd of February. Fire reported at the Hatton Ruanpura Reserve. Venezuela top court curbs opposition leader Juan Guaido. Now in your lead story this afternoon, DIG Nalaka De Silva, who was in charge of the Terrorist Investigation Division, and Indian national Marcelli Thomas, who were arrested over an alleged plot to assassinate high-profile individuals in the country, were further remanded until the 13th of February. Stay tuned to News First. We will have more on this story, especially with our primetime bulletin coming on at 9 tonight. Now moving on, the bodies of 2 Sri Lankan army personnel who were killed in an attack while engaged in a peacekeeping mission in Mali will be brought to the country on the 2nd of February.
Military spokesperson Brigadier Sumit Athapattu, speaking to News First, said the bodies will be handed over to the army commander at 3:10 p.m. at the Katunayaka airport. The handover will be made by commanding officer attached to the UN peacekeeping forces. The military spokesperson said 3 UN representatives are expected to arrive in the country as well. On the 25th, an armoured vehicle WMZ carrying Sri Lankan peacekeeping troops on patrol in the general area of Duenza in Mali came under remote-controlled improvised explosive device attack. The attack on the WMZ and the convoy, which was returned after a mission, killed 1 Sri Lankan army captain and another Sri Lankan army trooper who were on board the WMZ. Captain HWD Jai Vikrama of the 11th Sri Lankan Light Infantry from Polonnaruwa and Corporal SS Vijay Kumara of 1st Mechanized Infantry Regiment from Talakolavawa, Pothupitigama of the Sri Lankan Army contingent in Mali died in the attack.
Now in a story we have been following very closely, a special virus that is capable of destroying the Sena caterpillar has been imported from the United States.
The chief larvae researcher of the Horticultural Crop Research and Development Institute, SS Valigamage, stated that steps will be taken to introduce the new virus to the field. He added that the Bacillus coriaceae bacteria, which can be also used to eradicate the Sena caterpillar, is currently being tested. Valigam said that 4 species of bugs that harm these pests have also been discovered. Today also marks the 2nd day of the program launched by News First together with the Ministry of Agriculture to create awareness on the Sena caterpillar menace. The Sena caterpillar menace has significantly affected cultivations in Monragala, Anuradhapura and Ampara.
Now in your political news today, a mobile service of the Urban Development Authority, or the UDA, took place in Mathura yesterday. This was under the patronage of the Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, Buddhika Pathirana. The Janapiyasa People's Mobile Services Unit was held at the Uyanwatha grounds in Mathura yesterday with the aim of making the resolution of problems of the people in the Mathura city easier. Officials from over 60 organizations, including 17 local government bodies and 37 state institutions, were present. I personally am not scared to face an election, and neither is our party. There will be alliances formed. It is important to remember why these alliances are formed, however. Last election we faced the election in an alliance headed by the United National Party. The United National Party-led alliances have always put the country first and worked to make the country victorious, and that is the kind of alliance we will build. Now State Minister of Defence Ruwan Wijewardena visited the Abimansala in Anuradhapura yesterday. The State Minister of Defence called on the injured veterans in the Abimansala and inquired into their well-being. Later, the State Minister responded to charges that the government has come to an agreement with the US Army to provide them with facilities.
අපිට කිසිම එහෙම ගිවිසුමක් අපි
They make a story every month. We have not signed any agreement with the US. We have signed MOUs with the militaries of a number of countries. We do not have an MOU with the US at the moment, however. We are having discussions, but there is no necessity at the moment. We cannot have camps run here based on how America wants. I think what has happened is that they have expressed interest in signing an agreement, so we will look into it and consider it. We must look at what they expect and the needs of our country. This is not something that has come up a week or two ago. It has been going on for months. It is a decision made following discussions between two governments. Never can another country come here and set up an army base. We do not expect that to happen either.
අවශ්‍යතා ටික බලන්නට ඕනේ. ඉතින් මෙව ඔක්කොම මේක ඉතින් සුමානකින් දෙකකින් කරන දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. ඕක මාස ගාණක් යනවා.
Now, the 60th General Assembly of the Sri Lanka Chamber of Commerce was held in Colombo yesterday with the presence of a number of politicians. The event was held under the auspices of Speaker Karu Jayasuriya and State Minister of Finance and Mass Media Iran Vikramaratne. After the event, the journalists raised a question from the State Minister of Finance and Mass Media, MP Iran Vikramaratne, on the committee report on the reformation of Sri Lankan Airlines. The committee report has been handed over to the President. After the President goes through the report, we will discuss on the recommendations put forward by the report. This discussion will most probably take place on the day after tomorrow. I can't publicly discuss on the recommendations until then. We have presented the report to the President. We will be able to hold discussions on it soon. Now, ceremony was held to commemorate the senior editors of the Sri Lanka Ramanya Mahanikaya in Galle yesterday. This was with the auspices of Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. The ceremony was held at the Sri Vijayananda Shrine in Velivatta, Galle. Speaker Karu Jayasuriya expressed his opinion on the constitution at the occasion. It's a curse on the next generation if we fail to resolve this issue with the constitution and related matters while we are in power and resign next year. We have good leaders in the parliament at present. It's their responsibility to see our respectable requests which some others neglect due to mere political reasons. They should either accept or reject and pay attention to other opinions and come to a final decision. Now, illegal sand miners along with their equipment were taken into custody by the Police Special Task Force for illegal sand mining. Police Special Task Force stated that illegal mining at 5 locations in the Vairaveli-Swaru river branch in Kenya have been raided. A stock of sand, 3 boats and 2 trucks which were used to transport sand were seized. The Police Special Task Force said a stock of sand and a tractor was taken into custody at the river branch in Polvatta. The suspect, who was illegally transporting sand using a tractor, was also arrested at Buruttakanda in Suryavava. Suryavava police is conducting further investigations into the incident. Meanwhile, on a special operation conducted by the Police Special Task Force, 18 people who were illegally mining gems at the Sitavaka river were also arrested. Suspects were released after they were handed over to the Gem and Jewellery Authority in Ahaliyagoda. Now, a number of police raids were carried out in multiple locations across the island. An individual was arrested in Alpitia, Galle, in possession of locally manufactured weapon and 16 live bullets. According to statements made by the arrested suspect, the police were also able to arrest the manufacturer of the weapon. The 2 suspects will be presented to the Alpitia Magistrates Court. The police were able to raid a timber racket operated in Vaduni Reserve in Valikanda, Polonnaruwa. While the suspects have fled the scene at the time, the police have succeeded in confiscating a stock of timber. The confiscated timber is said to be worth more than 5 million rupees. The police also raided an illegal timber workshop near the 3rd milepost of the Madagama Bibila Mudaragala. The police confiscated more than 500,000 rupees worth of teak and kolotta wood during the raid. 2 individuals suspected to be involved in the case have been arrested and are due to be presented before court. Now, in more of your local news, the Urban Council has decided to remove the shops on the pavement before the Balangoda Base Hospital owing to the strong odour that emanates from the drainage system. But now, it has been revealed that the odour has emanated due to a fault in the sewage lines starting at the hospital.
It is reported that a strong odour has been emanating from the drains before the Balangoda Base Hospital. As a result, hospital authorities Dr. B.M.C. Dasanayaka had requested the Urban Council and the Road Development Authority to remove the shops on the pavement. Thus, vendors had volunteered to remove their shops from the pavement while officials from the Urban Council, Road Development Authority and health officials arrived. Later, officials discovered that the issue had arisen due to a fault in the sewage line, which led to sewage falling into main drainage ways. When Newsfirst spoke to authorities at the Balangoda Base Hospital, we were informed that the relevant authorities will take steps to solve this matter at the earliest possible time.
Now in some tragic news, a woman died as a result of a building being renovated, collapsing onto her at the Uragasmang-Handia junction.
The incident occurred at about 2 p.m. last afternoon. The deceased is a 48-year-old named H.G. Rohini from Mahauragaha. The builder working on the building at the time has also sustained injuries. He is currently receiving treatment in the Alpite Base Hospital while the owner of the building has been arrested.
Now a fire broke out at the Hatton Ruanpura Reserve.
The officials of the Hatton Forest Reserve Conservation Office stated that the fire which broke out last afternoon is spreading as we speak. Around 40 acres of pinus have been heavily damaged due to this fire. Officials state that they will request the help of the army officers in order to control the fire.
And in your sports news, another phase of the promotional activities of the Sports First Alliance Platinum Awards 2018 was held today. Today marks the 15th consecutive day of promotional activities.
Education authorities, officials of the Capital Maharaja Organization and Alliance attended the inauguration ceremony of the promotional activities. The event, which was carried out at the Badulla Central College in the Badulla district, was jointly organized with the Ministry of Education and Sports. The program included several colorful displays, and sports such as baseball, rugby and football were introduced to the sportsmen and women in the area. Platinum Awards ceremony is organized to assess and award talented sportsmen and women in the country within the years of 2017 and 2018. The award ceremony is scheduled to be held on the 29th of March at Stein Studios in Ratmalana. The 20 awards that will be presented at the Platinum Awards ceremony includes the award for the Best Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year, the Most Famous Sportsman of the Year and the Special Platinum Award presented once in a lifetime. Ravin Kavishu of the Bandarawala St. Thomas's College was awarded the Platinum Gold Award from the Badulla district. Dulashma Devindi of the Vihara Mahadevi Girls School in Badulla and Chandra Kumar Aravinda of the Saraswati National School won the silver and the bronze medals respectively.
Well, that's a wrap of your lunchtime news for today. Stay tuned to the very latest with us on our live at 55 bulletins. But in the meantime, you can also stay updated to the very minute on our award-winning website www.newsfirst.lk. I've been Deshan Gonawala for the News First team. Stay tuned. Good day.